Sara and Moshe Frankel are here. Moshe is director of Gavz Boyz, and they work with Amudim. Moshe Frankel, could you tell us what is Gavz Boyz?
So Gavz is Amudim's programming focuses a lot on the needs of teenagers. Our main trip is the summer program, and that's our biggest thing. That was our original program. And the goal really is to build these connections and then follow up with them, give them a place to be so they belong. And it really works well with the larger Amudim program, is because it allows us to sort of create a real relationship and a real connection, and then work in unison with the case managers to provide the resources that are necessary for them to heal and grow and continue and thrive.
So if it started as a summer, is it now 12 months a year?
So Gavz is the programming. The summer program is generally 4 to 6 weeks, and it's a traveling camp. We're on the road the entire time. There is no base. Throughout the year is really about the follow-up and maintaining that connection. We tell the counselors always before the summer that the real work starts when camp ends. So throughout the summer is this intensive program, and then throughout the year is Shabbatonim, follow-up, being in touch with the guys, dealing with their needs, dealing with the crisis. We just came back from Eretz Yisrael. We did a 10-day trip there to visit the guys that are there, to see the different programs, see how they're doing. We had a Shabbaton between 25 to 30 guys, and then during the course of the week, probably saw another 75 guys from different years. We had somebody who showed up who came with us on a program, I think he said 17 years ago.
I was going to ask, how long did this summer program start?
So we've been doing it for 23 years, actually.
That's pretty amazing. And changing lives, to say the least. Is there a way to describe a typical youngster that's in this program, what they're going through, what their family experience is like, or what they're lacking in their family experience?
I guess it's hard to pinpoint. Right. Primarily we deal with kids who are coming from that religious background, but are, we like to say, on vacation. They have whatever struggle it is, not feel like they fit in. There's certain things that have changed over the years. There are more places. 4 guys now, and more programs working with them. But certainly when we started, there really was nothing. And guys looked forward all year to the summer months. And then throughout the year, they really hung out in our home, and our family really was part of that larger family. So the kids are really looking for something, looking to belong, looking to be a part. And that's what we're really striving to do, is give them that place that they belong.
Sara, is it fair to say that to an extent you and your husband are like parents to these kids? How would you describe it?
Definitely parents. We have plenty of kids that call us Ima, Abba, get my Shabbos text every week. Married some off. We have grandchildren, not real ones, but they're real.
But that's amazing.
It is amazing. Our family's really big, and we love it.
To say the least. And the summer experience is very intense. I mean, if you're traveling constantly and there's no real home base, it's got to be a unique type of summer experience. Yeah,
it definitely is. I mean, we talk about, planned spontaneity and organized chaos.
Right.
The idea is
Two great terms.
We are on the road. And the truth is, I've had guys, I've just had somebody who just had his first baby, and he said, I learned so much from camp, being able to just, throw down a sleeping bag on the hospital floor, and they're all looking at me, why are you sleeping on the other room or the cot? Right. No, we just learn to whatever we have. And that's what you sort of teach the guys. You learn to roll with it. You learn to be okay with whatever it is. And you learn that you really have people in your life. So when things are difficult, we're in this together. Whatever we do together. And you're part of it, and we're in it with you.
Wow.
And the big thing is that there's no phones in camp. So teenagers without their phones for 4 weeks straight is
They agree to those conditions.
Some have a harder time than others.
I can imagine. It must be a tough adjustment.
So for today's world, it's only gotten more and more important to maintain that. But, you're talking about guys that are struggling, and they're, often involved with substances and drinking and get into trouble.
Easy access to stuff because of the phone?
Now you're on the road for, over a month, no phones, no alcohol, no drugs. The idea is you're in it, you're here. It's an alternate reality, but maybe when they come out, they think that the rest of the world is their alternate reality. This is where they really belong. They're really part of it.
All right, Moshe and Sara, you have to help me encourage everybody out there to give, why would you say that Amudim is a worthy cause for people to support?
You know, this campaign does two major things. One is obviously the financial piece, and that's huge. What Amudim has done in the last few years is it's just unimaginable in terms of thinking about the way things were 23 years ago when we started. There really wasn't anybody doing it. But not only was there nobody doing it, there's nobody willing to acknowledge that the issues exist. And nobody wanted to talk about it. It was sort of, it wasn't the in vogue thing to be working with teens. It wasn't the in vogue thing to, work with abuse. Nobody wanted to hear about it. And when Amudim came on the scene, that was really one of the big pushes, is that this exists, and not only does it exist, it's real, it's present, and we're going to deal with it. So we started the conversation. When I look at that board, you see that number, and it's incredible, and it allows Amudim to give people hope, to give people resources, to return to people their future. But more than that number is the amount of donors underneath it. When people feel alone, and that's such a hallmark of the issues that Amudim deals with. It's not the issues that people typically want to give to. It's not the issue that people typically want to come and ask for help. Mental health, abuse, addiction. These are things we like to say. It's your problem. It's a personality failing. And Amudim said no. And not only that, we're going to deal with it, but there's 3,370 people out there that support you, stand with you, and recognize that this is important.
Representing a lot of families around the world, and even a larger group of people.
And gives them that empowerment.
More than anything, this says you're not alone.
Sara, what would you say to people out there, especially parents who are considering supporting the cause?
Just open your heart and just give, because it's someone else's child. And it takes a community, a village to raise a child. So if someone else is raising your child, then give to that.
Any parenting advice? Are you ever asked by parents what the secret is, or what they should be considering that they usually don't, or what they should be enjoying that they usually don't? Is there anything you ever tell parents that it's a good short tip?
Connection. Have a meaningful relationship with your child. But that doesn't start when they're 15, when they're 16. That starts from the beginning throughout. It's having conversations at their level when they're 1, and at their level when they're 2 and 5 and 10 and 15. Find the things that you could connect with. Build that relationship, because whatever struggles they go through, if they know that that relationship is real and that relationship is firm, that's what's going to hold out at the end. And they may give you challenges. Mm-hmm. That's part of growing up. And that's them becoming an adult. That's how they're going to be successful in life. It's because they're going to push those boundaries. But if they know you're there for them, if they know you care, if they know that at the end of the day that relationship is real, that's the greatest thing you can do for your children.
Amazing. Sounds simple, but it's something that parents have to work on, that's for sure. Are we going to go to the highlight reel now? Yeah. I want to thank Sara and Moshe Frankel. And they join me in encouraging you to help get us to our goal.